Islam said Shavkat Rakhmonov does not deserve a title fight, immediately returning after being out for a year with an injury. Now, Islam was a gentleman about this. As a matter of fact, he even said, if they give him the title shot, I'll go fight him. But he was just predicting that Rakhmonov would not be offered the title shot. So what do you guys think about that? I mean, historically speaking, that's not true. Right off the top of my head, Jon Jones took off for 3 years to do some pull-ups and drink some creatine. Walked right into a world title fight. Jon Jones has now sat for a year. They did take the belt off of him, so I guess there's a punishment there. But if he were to return, it could be for a world title fight. Just throwing examples out. But there was never an injury. Having an injury, we generally would show somebody some real grace. For example, if a guy is injured and he's got the belt, there is a way and a mechanism known as interim championship, but when he returns, he will be able to go right for the undisputed championship, and possibly he will even keep the undisputed championship. And in his absence, the organization and the division will move on with an interim championship, at least in theory. There's been times Dominick Cruz would come to mind, 3.5 years he stayed away and they kept the belt on him. There was grace shown. Jiri Prochazka, 6 days and what turned out to be a misdiagnosis, and the belt came off of him. And when he returned, it was not immediately to reclaim the belt that he never lost. I mean, there is different ways of doing it if we're to look at history as precedents. What would we do there? I mean, Rakhmonov versus Islam, people are not dying to see that fight, which surprises me. I mean, there was some talk early on about Rakhmonov versus Chimaev before Chimaev had switched weight classes, and people were dying to see that fight, myself being one of them. Rakhmonov, since he's been out, there's been a lot of changes. In that 1 year, there's been a lot of changes. I mean, when Rakhmonov left, he left as the #1 contender, but he left as the #1 contender to Leon's championship, of which Leon relinquished to Belal Muhammad. So Rakhmonov, in his time away, is, at least in theory, going to be visualizing coming back to a title fight. Means he's visualizing coming back against Belal Muhammad, who is no longer the champion because an Australian named Jack Della Maddalena took the belt, which is a matchup that Rakhmonov really probably hadn't considered, and now seems like a bit of a moot point because the king of the division is Islam, and Rakhmonov is still 19-0. Are you ready for that, guys? Rakhmonov is 19-0. He's never missed weight. He's never lost a fight. By the way, of those 19 fights, he finished 18 of them. Of those 19 fights, he lost 1 round. I mean, that's remarkable. That is so remarkable that I think somebody could come at this adverse to Islam and say, hey, the guy that's 19-0 fights for a title. And you go, yeah, that makes sense. Hey, the guy that's had 19 fights and he finished 18 of them, he fights for a title. Yeah, that makes sense. Hey, the guy that's had 19 fights, he's won them all and finished 18, and all of them collectively, he's only lost 1 round. He fights for a title. Yeah, he should. Like, it feels like nobody's wrong here. And I don't hate Islam's stance. Like, I think as a fan, I would like to see Islam get it right. Rakhmonov returning against Islam, it's Rakhmonov having a match and then taking on Islam is a lot more attractive. We don't know much about this injury. This injury has been one of the very few well-kept secrets in this sport. We were told that he went into the fight, talking Rakhmonov, he went into the fight against Gary with a bad ankle. Some people said the only reason it went the distance is because of this ankle. Some people said the only reason that he lost that position to Gary, got his back taken and had to concede his first round ever of his career was because of this ankle. But if that's true, I know the ankle can't be that bad because he went and fought 25 straight minutes on it and, by the way, won. But I've never been given another update. All we've ever been told is just that ankle. I kind of like that about Rakhmonov. I don't get these guys that go put their wimp report out online. Hey, look at me, I'm a wimp. I went to the doctor. Look at me, I'm such an undangerous guy. Here's the picture of my bone that's broken. If you were to fight me, I couldn't even fight back. I'm a wimp. I've never really got it. I respect that Rakhmonov kept that to himself. But if we are going to do it that way, I would prefer that we did. I would prefer that Rakhmonov, even though I fully admit he qualifies for a world title fight, I would like if we didn't give it to him. I would like him to do something in between. But what would that be? Jack, maybe? Do you like that? What about Pratis? Just for example. I mean, how great do you think Rakhmonov is? Would you put him against Kamaru? In my opinion, Kamaru is the scariest guy in that bracket. In my opinion, Islam has not taken that fear yet, and possibly it should go to Islam. Possibly it should. He's the champion. He hadn't lost a round. Hasn't lost to a single 70-pounder yet. In fact, he hasn't even lost a round at 170. That's a really, really big claim. But having on your resume a victory over Jack, or having on your resume a victory over Kamaru Usman, you see where those are different. So 170, I'm very curious. And I don't want to keep talking about it because I feel like I'm doing the work for them. This is their fight. The politicking behind the scenes needs to be done by them. They need to get the mandate of the masses. They need to get their message out there. They need to get in more headlines than other ones. And I don't see any 170-pounder quite adjusting to do that. Now, I'll defend the 70-pounders by letting you know all of them and us thought at this point in time it was going to be Sean Brady. We were just waiting to see who's Brady fighting, Jack or Islam. But it's going on 2 weeks, and you've got to be able to be flexible. You've got to be able to change when the times change. And we need a 170-pounder to step up and step forward and to call out Islam. Not to say they want a title shot. That's not the same thing. Not to call for an opportunity for the belt. That's not the same thing. That belt has a name. That champion has a name. Say his name. Tell us, 70-pounders, which of you, by name, challenge Islam Makhachev? Living in an era right now of calling out rankings. Guys, no one knows what anyone's ranked. Who, what, when, why, and where. That's how you tell stories. Call a name. A name. Call a name. Don't do it again. And don't call for a ranking. So, call a name. Alright. If you don't care who you fight, there's no way that I can care who you fight. And when I say I don't just mean Chael. I mean the band. Stop. Now, you want to be 5? And we don't care at all. Call a name. Who, what, when, why, and where. Softball right down the middle. Call a name. 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 Don't do it again. And don't call for a ranking. Call a name. Nobody knows who's ranked number 5 in the world. Call a name. It's just one of these things. Call a name. Let that be my reality and let that be yours. Call a name. Run it back. Call a name. Call a name. Call a name. Don't do it again. And don't call for a ranking. Call a name. Right? Call a name. Call a name. Call a name. Don't do it again. And don't call on the card. You've done something right. A name, a name, a name, a name. We can now add the Y for you. A name. Call